It is hard to make sure that you get a good balance of time and space for me and for others, as well as do the job properly. I guess part of it is that I do enjoy the job, so some aspects of the work are not work, the longer term development work. Other aspects of it, I think I try and prioritise. I have long-term goals, and if I focus on the long-term goals, the balance seems to work out all right. I know that there are busy times when I have to neglect my family, and I know that there are, in the holidays, for example, there are times when I can focus back on family life and drop the work. I maintain the balance because I know what I want to achieve. I have one or two things in my personal life, my family and my sport, and I don't have too many other things that clutter that up, and then I have a focus on work. And these things go in cycles. There are busy times for work, and then there are busy times for my family, and I try and know what my priorities are at particular times. The secret is probably to not allow yourself to get bogged down with things that you don't have to do, and to focus entirely on the work that you feel is valuable. And the same goes with your private life. Just do the things that you really want to do. I think it's important to have a private or personal life as well as a work life, and it's important that my colleagues, especially my team, see that I have my own personal life and I don't work all the time. We have coffee breaks in the science department every day. I pretty much always go there, and I make sure that I don't bring work there. I don't use it as another unofficial department meeting, but that it is a relaxing time, and I show an interest in my colleagues' lives and their lives outside of school, and I'm open about my life outside school, so that we have a time in school that is not about work. And if I need to do work, I don't do it in that coffee area. I'll need to speak to somebody outside. So it's clear to my colleagues, I'm not expecting them to be working all the time, and we socialise. I socialise with them, not as much as I might do when I was a junior employee, but I socialise with them, and I'm very happy to share bits of my life. I think by my age now, I've focused down on what is important to me and what I know is important. Family life is important, and I don't let that drop, and I have an interest in sport which I pursue reasonably competitively at different stages in the year, and work is important to me, and I don't really fill my life with other things. So I think it's about a focus of knowing what is important to me, and then managing to drop the things that aren't important. Perhaps in some cases a bit ruthlessly, but to stay focused on those three things has kept me reasonably sane. In order to get the balance right between professional and personal life, I had to make lots of compromises. At one stage during my career, I went down to part-time teaching in order to play a big part with my family. That was a success, and in some senses I'm reaping the rewards now, because having done that, if you like, it's not my responsibility as much as my partner's responsibility with some of the childcare. I've also made sure that I've dropped things that are unimportant. So, for example, I was a very keen gardener. I've dropped having an allotment in order to be able to take up a more senior role in school, because the stretching of myself over too many different things wouldn't work. So there are compromises, but I get a lot of pleasure out of the job I'm doing, and so that is a reward. It's about making the choices that are important to me and staying focused on those. So I think when you're starting out going into being a team leader, you need a clear-cut idea of what your goals are, what that is going to cost you in terms of time for your private or personal life, and to make sure that you don't cut out the things that are valuable for you, but that perhaps you have to discard some of the things that aren't so important, that you're focused on where you want to be spending your time, how much you want to give to work, how much you want to give to your family or your social life or other parts of your life.